How are
Awesome.
you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Really good.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I hope you're doing safe during this, unprecedented time we're in. But
I know it's kooky.
yeah, it is. But luckily we have shows like Bridgerton that serve as, an escape. People need, something that's gonna take them away from everything that's going on.
To
So I think,
sweep them off their feet. A sweet
yeah.
Christmas romance.
Yeah, especially because it's coming out during Christmas too. More people are going to be at home. I mean, we're at home anyway, but
Yeah.
people are definitely going to be at home to see this when it drops. I think I probably binged all of this within like one sitting, and I was like, I just have to see what's going to happen next with these characters. But I really, really enjoyed it. But I feel like a lot of characters made questionable decisions over the course of the season. But your character, in particular, Anthony, I was like, what is Anthony doing? Like most of the time when I was
I
watching
know.
it.
I know. Bless him. He just can't get it right, can he?
He,
He
he
means
can't.
well, but he just
He
seems
can't.
to just burn all bridges and, kind of sets fire to himself at times as well.
So, what are some similarities and differences that you in real life have between this character that you inhabit on screen?
I mean, I quite like to say here and now that I don't know if we're that similar. I do. I think I come from quite a big family, so the thing that really was like a way in was the love that he has of his siblings, and actually, he's someone who I think actually inherently lives for other people, and he prioritizes other people's needs over his in a way. Um, and yeah, I think maybe he represents who I could have been in a backward society that didn't encourage men to speak openly about their emotions and encourage conversations between, men and women and family members because, he has no friends, he has no like real allies, even in the family. He's kind of close with Benedict, but ultimately he's a surrogate father to his siblings and a surrogate husband to his mum because they lost their father. And I think that's, he's suffered a trauma, and I think that's something that, I was kind of excited to play.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What do you think will surprise people the most about the series? When I was watching, like it's very atypical, unconventional period drama. Like I think a lot of times, um, without the period costumes and the period garb, you think, wow, some of these storylines may happen in present day. So I think that I know that contemporary angle for me was kind of something that surprised me. Kind of like this Scandal meets Downton Abbey type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
show. So what do you think the viewers who are watching for the first time on Christmas will be able to what do you think they'll be surprised about?
Well, I think they'll think that they're setting off on a side saddle horseback ride through the English countryside. And as they go, they'll see all these modern things popping up. They might see two men in a bush. They might see, interrace relationships and the sort of things that we haven't, been able to see in what otherwise is kind of a very heteronormative and whitewashed genre.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the thing that we know of Shonda Rhimes is that she'll always keep us on our toes and make sure that we're surprised every step of the way. And it shows how much of a don she is, the fact that she can do that in any genre.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of Shonda Rhimes, how does it feel to be in the first scripted project debuting on Netflix from her Netflix deal? Like this is we've seen the documentary from Debbie Allen, I think a few weeks ago or last week.
Yeah.
This is the first major scripted effort from Shondaland at Netflix, and it's kind of like landmark in more ways than one. So how does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it feels kind of like when Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey came together to do The Prince of Egypt. I mean, it's like two absolute juggernauts with
Uh-huh.
incredible tones coming together. And yeah, the first collaboration is red hot. And, I think it might be Christmas number one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, if you could play any other character on the show other than your own, who would it be?
Yeah, it's a good question. I usually say Gregory because he just seems to have quite a fun time flicking peas at the table. But yeah, I think it's got to be. I wouldn't mind like playing one of the Queen's dogs just to lounge around, getting stroked. And they always get to visit the best sets as well, and they were the best behaved on set. When the animals are better and they know their lines better than you, that's when you've got to up your game.
I feel like any character on the set probably would be drastic difference between what you play as Anthony now. Because Anthony is
Yeah,
so different. Everyone else is kind of like, most of the characters are kind of more aloof, I guess, that he
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
definitely.
He's out there.